I feel very honoured to be here with our Muslim brothers and sisters. They have made such an incredible contribution to the lives of the people here in the city of Belfast. These are highly educated people. These are professional people who day and daily have in their hands the lives of our people, and they are very, very trusted members of our community. And to see them treated in the way that they have been treated over the course of the last 2 weeks has been very dismaying for me as a political leader within our society. To come here and hear the stories, as we've also heard on the radio and on television, about the fear that was in people's heads, about the attack that happened in North Belfast, about the cruel way in which 2 people were beaten and very badly injured. This is something that we want to see the end of, and there is a huge responsibility on political leaders, on all leaders within our society, to, whenever people are being targeted in this way, to stand by them and to make it clear our absolute abhorrence for the treatment that they have been subjected to. I too absolutely believe that people have the right to free speech, but people, including ministers of whatever church, do not have the right to hate-filled speech. And what we heard from Pastor McConnell, not just in the content of the words, but the way in which the words were delivered, was hate-filled. And I believe that Pastor McConnell should apologise for those words. I think it was very wrong of him to describe the Muslim community internationally and here in Belfast in the way that he did. It was very wrong to create an atmosphere in which people felt threatened, afraid to go to their work. I spoke to a teacher here who was afraid to go to the school. Professional people who were concerned about what reaction they would receive on the streets. But it's also very heartwarming to hear that after the initial apprehension, the number of people who approached the individual members of the Muslim community to offer their solidarity and support, as I do here this evening, was, I think, a testament to the what I think are the overwhelming majority of the people of Belfast, from both the Protestant and the Catholic community, to recognising the need to ensure that we live in a society where diversity is not just protected, but indeed cherished. I believe that the presence of ethnic minorities, whether it be in Belfast or Derry or anywhere else, and also given the fact that every big city and town is cosmopolitan now in terms of the membership of it, I believe all of those people enrich our lives in an incredible way. And I think that is something that is very precious for all of us and places upon us, I think, a huge responsibility to stand by people whenever they're being targeted in the way that the Muslim community have been targeted over the course of the last while.
And we are really glad to have Mr. McGuinness' support from day one. When the story broke out, he was supporting the Muslim community and condemned the comments made by the pastor. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank him for this support, and I would like to present him a token, a copy of the Quran to Mr. McGuinness. Thank you very much for your support.
Thank you very much.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The number of times I've been thanked here tonight has been incredible. I made it clear that people don't have to thank me. I am here out of a sense of duty, out of a sense of responsibility to, as a political leader, but to this community who have been disgracefully treated over the recent while. Tonight's about looking to the future. Peter came here last night and he offered his apology, and that apology has been accepted. It is now time for us to move on, and it is a time for us to also, as a government, to identify what more we can do to ensure the comfort and safety of the ethnic minorities here in Belfast. And of course there is a huge responsibility also to assist the Muslim community in particular with the identification of a site where they can have their mosque. I think that is something that came across very loud and clear during the course of the meeting tonight, that people believe that they have outgrown this facility here and now need a purpose-built mosque for their worship. So that's something that I think has to be treated as a top priority by all of the political parties, by the local council and the powers that be, and I have pledged to give my full support, and I'm sure others will also give their full support to ensure that the identification of a site for a mosque is completed as soon as possible and people have a place to worship in. So thank you for coming. If there are any questions,
Carál Ní Chuilín.
Yeah, would it not have been better for Peter Robinson and yourself to come here together, Deputy First Minister? And have you had words with Mr. Robinson over what he said?
Well, the second part of the question I take first. I have certainly discussed this matter with Peter Robinson. I felt it was my duty, as he and I share a joint office in OFM DFM. So I've actually had several discussions with him. I am very conscious that the invitation that was issued was a joint invitation to both Peter and myself. So there were discussions between ourselves and the DUP. They felt that it was much more appropriate that Peter would come and meet with the Muslim community, and that he would stand here with them and apologise for what was said. And we were asked to give them leeway in that endeavour, and I was gladly willing to do that. I think it was the civilised thing to do, because I think the fact that this apology took place last night was very important. It was very important, obviously, to Peter. More importantly than anything else, it was important to the Muslim community, and I felt that I should not be in any way a hindrance to that apology being issued. And that's the explanation for why we didn't come together. But I would hope that in the future there will be further visits. This isn't the first time I've been at the Islamic Centre. I've been here before, and I've always been impressed by the generosity, by the courtesy and the civility of the people who inhabit this building and who go out on a daily basis to make massive contributions to the lives of all of the people of Belfast.